Mrs. French's cat is missing. The signs are posted all over town. Have you seen Honey? We've all seen the posters, but nobody has seen Honey the cat. Nobody. Until last Thursday morning, when Miss Colette Cassine swerved her car to miss Honey the cat as she drove across a bridge. Well, this bridge, now slightly damaged, is a bit of a local treasure and even has its own fancy name, Pont de Flac. Now, Colette, that sounds like culotte. That's panty in French. And piscine means pool, Pontypool. Flac also means pool in French, so Colette Cassine in French Pontypool drives over the Pont de Flac, the Pontypool, if you will, to avoid hitting Mrs. French's cat that's been missing in Pontypool. Pontypool, 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 Pont de Flac. What does it mean? Well, Norman Mailer, he had an interesting theory that he used to explain the strange coincidences in the aftermath of the JFK assassination. In the wake of huge events after them and before them, physical details, they spasm for a moment, they sort of unlock, and when they come back into focus, they suddenly coincide in a weird way. Street names and birth dates and middle names, all kind of superfluous things appear related to each other. It's a ripple effect. So, what does it mean? Well, it means something's going to happen. Something big. But then, something's always about to happen.
And that's our introduction to a month of good horror movies. I am going to work on the HHMR, the Horror Movie Reviews, Brain Junk Food, but with it being October, I wanted to actually test out something where I talk about good horror movies. And real quick, I'm going to get the light. Hopefully that makes things a bit better. If not, I can fix it later. Actually, I think the orange and black helps it out, but back on point. Obviously, our first movie, for those who saw the title screen, is Pontypool. And I just want to say, I hope I didn't set a precedent of screwing myself over, because this is probably, of the horror movies I'm going to be doing all this month, the best horror movie on, or modern horror movie on here. The reason why is it's not designed like a horror movie. Right from the intro, and that was the first scene of the movie, it draws the viewer in. And to top it off, there's only one set in the movie. And it's all this radio station underneath a church. I don't want to spoil too much. All I want to say about this movie, and it's kind of hard to talk about without ruining it, is it's a zombie apocalypse film, but it's not. It's not just, hey, look, here are zombies. It's something completely different. It's a virus, but it's not a virus. It's a zombie, but it's not a zombie. And instead of being told with zombies eating each other and watching all this happen, you're staying with 3 or 4 characters in a radio station as they're listening to it happen. It's one of the very few cases that I'll agree with. Maybe it's not seeing it that's scary. Maybe it's the thought. The whole time you're watching this movie, you're kind of tense. You're thinking, what else are they going to see? And just the imagery in the movie itself, where one character is talking about a building surrounded with people, and all of a sudden the building explodes with people. This isn't just imagery of being able to see it. It's not imagery of, hey, let's talk about it. It's literary imagery. And while most movies it wouldn't fit, somehow it does with this, especially with the key on wordplay, without ruining too much of it. You have to watch it to believe it. But the big reason this is one of my favorite horror movies and my favorite modern horror movie isn't because it doesn't show a lot of blood. It does. It isn't because there's only 4 main characters in it and it's a zombie apocalypse movie. It's not even the way it's told. It's the fact that you're watching this all unfold in seemingly real time. And by the time it ends, you're thinking either it's going to be fixed or the world's going to end. But you don't see the end coming. It's at face value, it is very, very predictable in the end. Until you really just stop and think about, wait a minute, what's going on with them? What's happening here? Why did it happen? Just so I don't ruin the movie, I'm going to make this video really short. And I think I'm turning very, very shadowy here. I might do this lighting for the horror movie reviews, just hide my face. But, just a minor spoiler. The movie takes place in Ontario, and anyone who's watched my videos from Canada knows that Canada, they speak English and French. They get a message on the radio in French. They translate it. Without ruining too much of what it says, because it'll kind of ruin the movie, the last line in the message is, "Please do not translate this message." And the way the actor who plays the main character delivers that line, he says it and then just looks around like, oh, shit. If you haven't seen this movie, if you've heard of it, but you hadn't seen it because, admittedly, it's a weird title for Americans who aren't familiar with that city, people who just look at the cover of the movie and just go, that just looks like zombie schlock. It isn't. Trust me. Go on Netflix or go to a video store, get this movie and watch it. You won't regret it. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later.